Hey guys, it's Dima from Tech. Have I just found the perfect earbuds finally? The JBL Live Flex. Let's check them out. So those are the JBL Live Flex, and I must say they are quite awesome. Now, I have an issue with earbuds. Can't stand those earbuds that have silicone in them, so for me the choice is very limited. I did use the Transmart that you saw in previous videos, and I did use them for a long time, and they still work, they still okay, and this is my second pair because the first one broke after a few times it fell, but they are good earbuds. But the JBL Live Flex has a few steps forward. Now, those earbuds have pretty much all the capabilities that you can think of. Active noise cancellation, customizable buttons through an app, spatial audio, custom profiles, multi-point, and even wireless charging, which I really wanted. They are also comfortable and have quite an interesting sound profile. Speaking of sound profile, I actually a little bit prefer the Transmart because they are pretty much simple and sound very similar to my big Sony headphones. But the JBL are customizable, so it's pretty much easy to customize almost anything that you want with them, and they work pretty well so far. Now, I just started to use them, and it's too early to say if they are really good, if the battery is good, but they promise 8 hours battery on the earbuds and 32 additional hours of the case. I'm not sure if I can say that on the earbuds itself so far, because I haven't used them so much, but according to the case discharging, yeah, I think it's actually true. Now keep in mind that I mostly use the active noise cancellation on, and so far I'm using them to the fullest whenever I'm using them. And I'm using the multi-point, which makes them to connect to multiple devices at once. As far as I know, they can connect up to 2 devices at most, and they cannot connect to a third one in case that's something that you search for. Now, the active noise cancellation is something that I thought would be a gimmick, because those are open ear sets. I mean, they don't cover your ears fully, and they don't have a silicone that inserts it and has a good sealing in your ears. So why would you add an ANC to here? Actually, the sealing isn't so bad, and if you put them correctly, it's actually pretty good. And the active noise cancellation, though it isn't as good as big headphones, like my Sony for example, but it does eliminate most of the noises, like for example air conditioners or engine noises and things like that. And that's exactly what active noise cancellation should be very good at. So that part, it works really well. Now, to be honest, I did charge them since I got them, but I never plugged the cable, which I really like. It's a USB-C. It does come inside the box with a small USB-C orange cable, orange the way I like, but those mostly will charge on wireless charging for me, and that's something that I really wanted because usually I just put my headphones somewhere, and why not put them on a wireless charging to charge them. They do have magnets here. I'm not sure which wireless chargers will magnetize good with it. I did try some MagSafe charger, it worked well. I'm not sure if a magnet is perfectly for it or not, but it did work with no issues. Now, they are water and dust resistant, IP54, so yeah, you won't be swimming with them obviously, but in light rain and for regular jogging, it will be okay. So far as I tried them, they don't fall, they sit perfectly in my ears, and they are very comfortable. Now, they do promise some sort of, as they call it, perfect calls, and people should hear you very good. To be honest, I didn't test it enough, and it's hard to tell. We'll try to actually record something with it and see if we can hear it well or not.
This is a test recording with the JBL Live Flex. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
But so far, whoever I talked with or recorded anything to, it worked pretty well, both in quiet environments and in noisy environments. As most of the earbuds, even the Transmart support it, you can use one of them and you don't need both in case you want just to talk or something, you can do it as well. Now let's talk about the multi-point, because I didn't know how that works. And honestly, I thought that feature is a little bit better, but from what I read, it's not the JBL ones, it's pretty much most of the earbuds today that work this way. So basically, yeah, you can pair them to another device after you pair them with your phone. Now they do support quick connect, so basically whenever you open the case, After a second or two, it will appear, at least on the Android device that I have, on Samsung S22 Ultra, but as far as I know, it is supported by iPhones as well. I'm not fully sure, I never tried that, but it should be supported. And basically you press connect and that's it, you are connected. Here you can pretty much set up with your Google Assistant or whatever assistant, and yeah, they do work with the Google Assistant, pretty much very good. And you can download the JBL app, which will allow you more capabilities. The thing with multipoint is that I didn't find it in the manual, or I mean how to use it. I do know that we do have multipoint, but I couldn't find it. After some research, I did find how to enable it. Pretty much you press on one of the earbuds, one short press and then one long press for about 5 seconds, and they enter into pairing mode. At that point you need to connect with your other device, and that's it, you are ready to go. Now what multipoint actually does mean is that they sort of on a standby for both devices. They are connected, but they are on sort of standby. This means that whenever they hear a sound from one of the devices, they will activate this device and you will start hearing from that device. But that will take a half second or something, so you might lose some notifications or things like that. But that's quite expected, it's very short and normal, and there's nothing wrong with that. Whenever this device goes quiet again, after about half a second or a second or so, they will again go to standby, and if the other device will have some sound, they will activate that one. They cannot be active on both devices, so keep that in mind. That's something that I didn't know. That's totally okay with me, and even though that I imagine a perfect world that they can connect to multiple devices, we're not there yet with most of the headphones as far as I know. Let me use them for about a week, actually it will be 2 because I'm flying somewhere, and after I get back I will give a little more thoughts. So a lot of time have passed and not only a week or 2, and I did use the JBL quite a lot. As you can see, they are not here because they are in my ears, and that's in order to show you a few things in the app. Couple of things. So first of all, I do use the noise cancellation, that's normal. That works as intended, it's pretty good. It's not like your big headphones like the Sony's or something, but it is still good. Obviously there is no like silicone or something that goes into your ear canals and blocks all the sound from everywhere, but it's still good. In terms of equalizer, I did end up using the bass. No particular reason, just sounds for me the best, that's it. And if we'll go more, we can see that the spatial sound, I ended up turning it off. It's a cool thing for music, but sometimes it sounds weird and like too much, and not every song sounds good with it. The voiceover, honestly, I still don't get it. It seems like it's supposed to adapt itself with the noise cancellation whenever you talk, like I'm doing right now. I can hear myself normally. I don't really hear the environment, but again, there are not too much noises, that's good. And here comes the big part. The smart audio and video, and that was the thing that I almost wanted to return those headphones or just, I don't know, just kill whoever made them. And here's the thing, without the smart audio, they sound on phone pretty much regular, and on computers they sound horrible. I have no idea why. When you turn them on audio mode, everything is perfectly fine, almost no lag, everything good. We don't really use too much like miss something or like that. If you turn here the video, and by the way, whenever you switch something on this, the earbuds will reboot, so keep that in mind. But whenever you switch to video, it pretty much loses things, so if you hear some sound on your phone, you might miss it. If you try to use them for video, sometimes also something like the sound disappears or weird things happen. So keep in mind, if you use those earbuds, use the smart audio, but only in audio mode, not in video mode. I have no idea if it's a bug or what, but after playing with settings, that's what I found. Autoplay pause works pretty cool. Whenever you take one out, and I'll try to show you, you have here, let's try to focus on that. You have here a sensor, and that will recognize that the earphone is out, and that's it. And the music will stop or whatever you're watching. And I think you can see the infrared even lighting it up. So yeah, that's it. And if we'll take it back to my ears. Anyways, left right balance, I don't use it. Voice assistant, yeah, everything is pretty much normal other than that. In terms of the gestures, you have cool things, but I use particular ones. Honestly, I forget some of them sometimes, but it still works nice. I might change them from time to time, and as you can see, there are like a few options. They work pretty good, pretty nice. Nothing too bad, nothing too good. Overall, they're pretty much cool. And if I want to show you, so the magnets. Well, I just pop them in and like that, and they're pretty much strong. And yeah, this case is steady. It didn't fall or anything for me, maybe once, but nothing too serious. Now, if you put the case on a Qi charging, that's what I love, it will charge. And actually, you know what, we can do a little bit of test, and we can go on and enable power sharing like this on my phone, and we can do like, you know what, I'll do it like this maybe, and you'll see that we will, or we should at least, start charging in a moment. Yeah, here we are. I didn't put them very good, and now it is. So yeah, they charge really well like this. Actually, I never plug them to the USB-C, honestly, and I only use this type of charging. They connect pretty fast. The multi-point works, but keep in mind that it can connect only to one device, so either it is connected to your computer or either to your phone, for example, and whenever it hears sound first from one device, it will give you that sound. Whenever it stops for about half a second or second or so, it will stop sort of listening, and whoever comes next with a sound, it will listen to it. So works pretty well, at least for me, and again, I really like those headsets. And yeah, I give a link in the description of this video, but keep in mind it was hard for me to get them in my country. They are only in particular countries for some reason, but there are different kinds like this, almost same kind, but with less features maybe, or some different features, and you might want to check them exactly what you like. Thank you for watching this Dinos Tech episode. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button and hit the bell so you won't miss any future video. And I'll see you on the next one.